What 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 happened to the overlay? Things got blowed up. I don't know what happened. What happened to the overlay? Things got blowed up. I don't know what happened.
Strange.
That is totally like, what the hell? I guess we're learning how to work on the stream overlay for a second.
Yeah, Sven's and mine
It's like
frames
the
for our cameras
two.
are wonky.
It's like two of the frames
Yes, this
got
frame's for Sven
big.
and I.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Wakanda Witch ASMR. Wow, who was that? Yeah, I got a stream overlay blowed up.
This never happened with our other special guests.
Well, this means I gotta
You
actually
sure you got the
look
right
at
one?
this.
You've also got Dave in the corner, unless that was intentional.
No, I'm on Jungles of Chult table.
You've got rotating pictures of Dave in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, I was playing that earlier.
Okay.
We broke everything.
Could turn that off.
Just blame the bird.
Yeah, this is like not something you want to do like right in the middle of when you want in a game. Let's see if we can switch over to the roleplay scene maybe. So, well, no, if I gotta fix it, I need to look at it. So I have to either show it or stop streaming. So hey, you guys entertain chat or something for a minute. Just tell us how you guys are doing and what's going on, and talk about Port Nanzaro and stuff, and I'll see if I can figure this out. I gotta unlock those.
My foot fell asleep.
I like be awake all night.
I like Jiku's idea of touring all the bats in Port Nanzaro.
Oh, I think you guys would probably have done that.
Kept a list. Every little hovel, every little hole in the wall, bath. Yeah, he's going to visit them all.
That would take you a few
Oh,
days.
my poor foot. I'm having some circulation issues, I think.
Trying to figure out where these frames are at. Thank you for the subscription, Gorvidal. I appreciate it. Yeah, my stream is my overlay is cattywampus, and I'm trying to fix it while we're streaming and starting the game. So you know, it's always fun when stuff happens like that. Yeah, so the roleplay scene's okay. Let me go back to the table so it magically fixes itself. No, of course not. So you guys are in Port Nanzaro. If you take a look at, you guys are taking over the third floor in Kaya's House of Repose. Yeah, you guys have that map. So any of those rooms could be yours for the low price of 1 gold a day.
I already paid for mine.
Yeah, I think you guys are all set on.
I didn't pose in the first place, so I can't repose.
I see what you did there. That was a good one.
What are you? If you look on the message of the day, you guys have a story entry. Each of you guys are gonna have your own little divination spell. You guys might want to start thinking on that. Mm.
Yeah, I'm not good at this kind of stuff. This is a Juku thing.
Yeah,
Well, I
because
mean,
Clark's gonna be like, caca?
I've never understood why this was a level 4 spell. At least it's a ritual, so it doesn't waste a spell slot. But
That's true. It
Sven,
should
you,
be a
Usually-
level 2
And
spell.
25 gold each
S-
casting, but yeah.
S- Sven, you sound like I feel.
such a useless spell. Unless the DM is really nice.
I mean, it's Drake, so probably not.
He's Drake.
What's a nice
takes,
DM?
not
What is
Drake.
that?
Nice or Drake gives.
I've never heard of this phrase, nice DM. What does that mean?
Oxymoron.
Yeah.
DMs that just like go throwing presents out all the time and like letting players just cheat in chat to heal their characters that should be dead. No, that's not.
I'm a nice DM. I like my players to eat candy, and then I like to traumatize them from doing so to the best of my ability.
That was a delicious game.
All right, let's see.
Good
I'm gonna
times.
attempt to.
It's only in a diabetic coma for 3 hours.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, I found some buttons here.
So we're supposed to ask God a question
Can
about
be
something that's going to occur in the next 7 days.
And you get a truthful answer with no error
Yeah,
and no.
I mean, my question would be like, well, who's coming in first in the race tomorrow? I mean,
Yeah,
want to
bet
win
it
some
all.
money? What's interesting for your character?
But it's a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
Oh yes, I want to hear Drake's cryptic rhymes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that one.
Especially like right at the, right on the off the cusp, off the hip.
Yes.
While I'm trying to fix
Roses
the
are
string.
red,
While I'm trying to fix the
violets are
string.
blue.
It doesn't even have to be words. It can be an omen. So a raven flies into your window. Bad luck.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
There's a 30-second
great.
eclipse.
I can't
Ooh,
find the right.
that made me think of a product. We need like a table of divination, like omens and what they mean.
Oh, there it is.
That could be cool.
How to train your divination, omens and what
Yep.
they really mean. Oh my god, I'm gonna make it.
How to really confuse your players
Yeah, there you go.
by not giving them the answers.
That's great.
No. Damn it. I suck at this. Now the whole
I
thing's
believe in you,
attached to
Drake.
each other.
You can do this. I believe in you. I have every faith that you got
Eventually,
this.
yes. Eventually, I'll do it.
Yeah, look, you're doing it. You're doing it right now. You're doing so
Yeah.
good. I'm so
There it is.
proud of you.
Just a bit outside.
No. Where's the right frame? That one? Yes, that's a frame. Yes, that's a frame. Move over there and get close. All right. Lock it. It's close enough for now.
You did it! Good job! I'm gonna hang it on the fridge. It's so beautiful.
Screenshot it and turn
I
it into
tried
a
to
mini.
stay within the
Yes!
lines.
It's beautiful. You did great.
All right, that's good. All right, cool. All right, so I can put this back over here. And we can play some D&D. Yay!
I think you got Sven's camera wrong.
Sven. I don't know how he lays on the table like that. He's not that flexible. And your names aren't centered and stuff like that, but it's good for now. It's good for now.
I can't do that.
All
I have
right,
to get out
so
of the chair to do that.
you guys have been spending like 2 full days in Port Nanzaro already. So you've visited all the bathhouses. You got a bath in your room. So, you know,
I don't take baths.
but what else are your characters looking to do? You've got what the hell is this? Oh, it's my overlay hanging down into my fantasy ground screen. I hate it when stuff hangs down into the wrong area. That's not fun. You don't bathe in water? What do you bathe
wouldn't
in?
She
know that,
grooms
actually.
herself. She's a cat.
She's got that sandpaper tongue.
Yeah, I groom, but I do not need to be submerged in water to bathe. That's crazy. Who would do that? Only humans, weirdos would do that. Snow doesn't do that.
Azaka agrees.
So
But I don't get hairballs.
she's got a tongue. She can do that for herself. But she would go find a good masseuse. You know, you got to keep those muscles nice and supple.
Oh, that's a good point. I
Yeah.
would do that. Go get a massage.
Juku's not interested in massage. They just can never get through the shell.
Yes. They got like 2 little mouths and like, but he is musically usually introduced at a Hawaiian dance though, in a little on a
His
shell.
shell resonates like a drum.
Yeah, yeah. Who would have noticed wandering around Port Nanzaro, something up here in this little area up here, up by the Hall of Gold, which is the temple to Joaquin. Has anybody been wandering around that area?
Well, Juku's been visiting all of the temples.
Yeah, I went to a few as well.
He's gone to every temple and made some donations and kind
Does the player recognize a name called Wooby Mining Consortium?
Wasn't they the ones that we went down into that mine? We went and there was that was it a gnome or something? Yeah.
I have no partake in this one. My character that was with you then is not here now.
Snodshell?
The
Wooby.
player remembers vaguely. We went
He's a
down
rock
and was
gnome.
investigating
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
supposed to cut you guys in on the deal, and then it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, it didn't work out that there was any like thing of value in the mine.
Worthless.
It was worthless. However, you see that sign up right outside of the Temple of Joaquin, hanging on a little building. It says Wabi Mining Consortium, and inside you can see this gnome wandering around, doing paperwork.
Are we
Like,
all together? Is it all of us?
Sure, whoever wants to be there can be there. If you think your character would have been of interest in the conversation.
Joaquin is the goddess of trade and commerce.
Commerce and trade, money.
Caesar.
Yeah, defeats their mascot's a phoenix.
That's pretty cool.
It's just like Santa Claus around here. Caesar's throwing out magical items to Snow and
shit.
to Eleazar. So
Thank
let
you,
me,
Caesar.
Nice.
Nice. Yes, Joaquin's Phoenix. You may have heard of them before.
Hey, bada.
Hey, better.
What do we get?
Ooh.
Oil of slipperiness. Ah, what is
Ooh.
that saying?
I got some healing
And
cream.
and some KO
Some Bengay.
Oitamons ointment.
Why is my light turning off? There's somebody in my house.
The items are in the party sheet for your convenience.
Thank you.
And I ID'd them. I double checked. Yeah.
It's okay because I have an app to turn my lights back on, like a boss. Okay,
I have a Alexa that helps me with some of them.
I could have
a
also done
finger
that.
and a switch.
Yeah, but I'd have to get out of my computer seat to do that.
Actually, have to move.
Fuck all that.
So when you go into to Wabi's mining consortium, it's like mostly like an office kind of, right? You go in, there's like a little waiting room, and then there's some desks and stuff in the back. There's like a counter and a little window kind of thing, like you go to the dentist or whatever. But it's mostly open. And there's like a couple of other people back there working, but when you come in, he kind of looks up at the door and he cocks his head and he comes waddling over to the little window and he's like, "Can I help you?" Who's
here to collect his cut?
Can I help you?
Oh, Juku. He says, "Juku, that is you. I thought I recognized your shell from outside. Ah, well, you have found my little new office, huh? I think we might do well here. Right next to the Temple of Joaquin, of course." He says, "Ah, are you still a part of an adventuring group?"
Yes.
He says,
They are still here.
"Oh,
with us.
Well, I don't know if you ever get down south, but there's another mine I would like for you to check up on while you're down there. It's worth 500 gold. Just have to check in on it for me." He smiles.
Gold. I'm not sure that's worth our time.
Well, you never
How
know.
far away is it?
Oh, it's way down south. It's in Jahanka, he says. I'll show it to you on a map. Let's take a look. Not that map. This map. No, not that button. This button. Your navigation map, it would be right there. All the way down south.
That's a long way.
I'm from down south.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
that
No, I'm sorry.
particular
Wrong
area,
one.
but
This one. I'm sorry. Over here. It's a little bit closer, but still.
oh,
Sorry,
I'm not from
this
that
way.
area at all.
Well, I mean, Juku's from kind of sort of near there. Juku's like over.
Juku's from all the way like down here.
Snapping Turtle Bay or something. Yeah, he's from down somewhere. Yeah.
I know where that is.
He's
That's
from
near
way
where
down
I'm
there.
from.
Well, the Mistcliff Mountains are right here, so isn't snow from in the Mistcliff?
Snow's from the Flame Peaks, the peaks of Flame. Yeah.
Oh, here, dude.
Her people make jewelry out of the gold in those mountains. No, not the Misty Mountains.
But Snobby Wobby Snodshell says, well, there is someone looking to give away a dwarven throwing hammer. He kind of chuckles a little. If you know anyone interested in one.
I can ask, but I don't know anybody interested in a dwarven throwing hammer. Does the hammer throw the dwarves far?
I think so. Dwarves and hammers. He's like, But it's one of those dwarven hammers that's been floating around the dwarven community for a long time, so it has some kind of name or something.
And this hammer is in that mine? Or is this the reward for
It's the
looking
reward.
at the mine?
There's a gold mine, Hanskoff gold mine. It's located in a steep area, you know, hard to get to area, and the original miner grew tired of it or something, and now the family has dug up a map and wants to reopen it, and something along those lines. But if you're interested, I can point you in the right direction. Her name is Toba Hammerfist.
That sounds like a dwarf name, if I've ever heard one.
Definitely. So yeah, Juku will collect whatever information he can from this guy and share it with the rest of the party, see if they're interested.
Well, I know all about gold mines,
All
so
about 'em.
I'd be happy to assist you, however I may. My parents have a gold mine. That's why I bring that up.
All right, so she will visit you later. Toby Hammerfist will visit you later. So, so we'll get back to that in just a little bit. Anybody have a question for their divination? Has anyone thought of anything, or?
So last session, I had asked the 3 questions using my communion spell. So for my question would be how do I find the person with the knowledge on how to destroy that artifact?
You're wanting to find the knowledge on someone who knows how to destroy the artifact.
Well, last time I asked, is there a method to destroy it that we are capable? And you said yes. Are there anybody in the city that knows and would be willing to reveal the method? You said yes. And then I asked about the Temple of Savros, and they didn't have the information. So the question is essentially, how do I find the person who can share that with me?
That's not a yes or no. Oh, you're using
Doesn't
your
have to be a yes or no.
divination.
I'm using divination.
I see.
And this is something that is taking place in the next 7 days, right? That's my time frame.
Yeah.
Give or take, DM's discretion. I would say that, and where are we imagining this question's coming from? This divination, Juku praying at a shrine to Uptao.
Yeah, I mean, maybe after Juku has finished visiting all of the shrines.
So do I have to like respond in like Yoda voice or something? I mean, how does Uptao sound when
in the voice of
in
Grogu.
Juku's head? I mean, this is
Sounds like a T-Rex roaring at you and slobbering on you.
So the general idea is you have a vision, right? Let's just say it's a vision. Uptao would give you a puzzle for you to solve. But the puzzle is pretty simple. Before you lies a maze. On this side of the maze is you. On the far side of the maze is the answer to the question. And the far side of the maze, you see clearly a invitation to a party at a merchant princess's house. So up on the hill where all the rich people live. And that's the vision that you have.
Okay.
So A maze stands before you, and then on the other side is an invitation to a party. Disadvantage for Clar. He's not doing nothing. Clar, you have disadvantage on ordering your food.
Juku's god is Timmons.
Juku's god. Timmons has a lisp. I was not talking with a lisp. All right, so Juku, nice done. I like that. That was a good one. Anybody else?
I'm still thinking about mine.
I am still thinking about mine.
No, there's no quick hurry or anything. I was just curious if no one's else. It's something that is totally up to you. I think it's kind of a cool thought though. So the other thing that is going to take place is at some point you guys are together as a group. Let's do this dwarven throwing hammer deal so I don't have to go find this again. Tobia Hammerfist offers a reward of a family heirloom, the dwarven throwing hammer wielded by her great-grandfather, Mikas Hammerfist. If she tells you if you return with her brother, Bistro, who's been he hasn't been heard from in 2 summers, so they've sent messenger and stuff and are getting no response to the reply. But the Haskoff gold mine is difficult to get to. It's like a pretty hard climb. You have to climb, and so no one's really been able to check on it. But she is concerned, and she offers you the hammer.
That's a nice hammer. But I don't use a hammer.
And you find out that let's pull up that map again. This one. You find out that the mine is actually only right here, not far from Port Nanzaro.
We don't have we don't have a ship anymore.
I'm gonna pin that quest right there and turn it green. Let's see if that works.
Are there airships here
Sure.
in Port Nanzero?
Not often, but I think occasionally you would probably see 1 or 2. But they're not like they're difficult down here, you know, because the people who want the airships have like a lot of power and fireballs and stuff, and they just take them from people. The Red Wizards of Thay, they got the pretty much the run of the air right now. Did that green pin pop up?
Yes.
Yes. I
All
don't
right,
see
so
how any of these things are going to help us destroy the eye.
no, that there is like, you know, the reward and the growth and the experience that goes along with adventuring, but destroying the eye, that's coming.
Is Azaka with us right now?
She absolutely is, yes.
Azaka, do you know anybody who knows how to destroy magic items?
Oh, do I?
she's like, baby.
Perhaps.
Let me think.
Let's see, there was John, but I think he moved. And there was, let's see, who else?
She knows, like, if somebody's going to be able to do that, it's probably some kind of wizard, right? Or spellcaster.
Mm.
And she knows that there are a couple of spellcasters in town, and one of them is a merchant prince. She's aware of that.
Do you know him personally? Could you get us an audience with him?
She's like,
Sorry,
sure.
Belle.
She tells you that that you've as a party have already spoken to him.
I don't recall this. I have never
Uh,
been in Port Nyanzaru. This is my first time here.
Right, but the rest of the party remembers talking to Wakanda. He was
Forever.
he was the port. He was the prince that was looking for Vorn, the shield guardian. You remember? And the amulet.
Snow knows nothing.
Yeah, Snow doesn't know anything. But you, as the player, you might remember.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Well, would you guys want to go talk to that guy? Maybe?
Let's.
If Izaka can get us in.
Is this the same merchant prince that we met her before and we exchanged information and bought some magic items?
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's got a
Isn't
lot
he
of
the one that
potions and
tasked us
scrolls.
to get the shield guardian, which
Uh-huh.
we then said, "Screw you, we're going to keep shield guardian ourselves." And then that character left and went back to Faye.
We
Uh-huh.
lost it.
She
Yeah.
didn't leave of her own
Yeah,
volition.
this is all true information. If this guy's aware of that or not, you're not privy to that information.
If you guys don't want to
'Cause-
talk to him, that's fine. But
He was helpful before.
right, if they're a merchant prince and a wizard, they must know something, or have contacts who know something.
Well, you guys are like moving together as a group at some point through the city. It's a little late. The sun has already kind of started gone down. It's pretty much darkness has come in, and you guys are probably making your way back towards the main part of the city. I'm gonna do a little calendar here, and we're gonna pass the evening on to about 8 o'clock in the evening on the 6th. Yeah. As we're gonna have a little encounter happen here. So you guys are like hanging around this little area that's I got a freshwater well and stuff. Let me get you guys going on this map over here. A couple of you probably are refilling your water scan or refreshing yourself or sitting on the bench or whatever. I'll get a map over to you guys. And south of you, you can hear voices. You know that there's a like an outdoor seating area that people hang out and have, you know, hot beverages or a little cafe kind of place, right? Have little meetings and chit chat, and then there's some tables and stuff inside the building, but most of it's like outside the back. They set all these tables up and stuff. And you guys are just take a quick little break and chit chat, and as suddenly you guys see movement on the rooftop back here. What is y'all's view like? Let me make sure I got lighting and stuff turned on.
Looks good for me.
Yeah, so you guys can see where I'm pointing and stuff, right?
Mhm.
So the movement on the rooftop, you see three like shadowy figures, like wearing like darker clothes, but definitely moving with a uncanny speed, right? Like quickly moving. Like what are you guys moving your tokens for? Okay, you can go there. And they're like running down these stairs up here, right? From the roof, the three figures. And you see another figure kind of behind the, the dormer up here, like in the back in the shadows a little bit. Kind of step out and look and then kind of move back into the shadows. Get this stuff loaded up here. So, what's y'all's initial reaction here? I think we should probably just go ahead and do the old initiative roll, because that would make the best sense.
Do we all notice the movement?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, on your
Then yeah.
initiative, you'll notice all the movement. Let's put it that way. No, I'm pushing the initiatives to you guys.
Okay.
I was just whispering to claw her. Claw her? No, claw her. Hey, Claw, look up there.
Huh?
Look, there's somebody up there.
Bad guy?
All right,
Maybe.
so yeah, so you see like the three figures dart down the stairs, and like the people, you can hear the people down at the bottom of the stairs like scream, like ah, help, and plates crash and dishes crash as we got a little fight happening here. So this one just like grabs a hold of one of these people at the table. You gotta roll to see if he can grab, but please, yeah, grabs a hold of this guy and just like bites down onto his neck, just like
What?
the guy like jabs his fork into the guy's freaking mouth because he fumbles, and the bite totally misses. He's like, as the fork gets stuck in his front of his mouth. He's like, he staggers back a little bit. Smedley, what are you gonna do?
Oh, vampire.
Like vampires or
Can you
vampires?
hear a
Holy
vampire
shit!
kitty?
Oh
Yeah, I
man.
mean, the general idea of their movement and quickness and ferocity
Yeah.
does signify that they're vampires.
No, I was talking out of character, but I want to be a vampire kitty cat. So let's go. I'm just gonna be like,
No.
oh look, my neck
Smedley's
is so
going to
warm.
Baby.
move closer.
Yeah, I think you could like get between the building and the tree there. Like, yeah, I think it would have to be
Yeah.
like here.
Yeah. And we'll shoot a vampire and see what happens.
Yeah, they don't even like really know you're back there until whack.
They
One of them
do
gets
now.
shot in the back.
We can solve the age-old philosophical debate. Do vampires bleed?
Only
I
when they're full.
I think they bleed like a mosquito bleeds.
They go splat when you squish them. All right.
8 points of damage. This vampire probably felt that, but didn't really register. Like, kind of
Not
look
like
back
it
at you.
should.
Well, no, this one's like already like feeding, so it's like whatever. I'm about to get this guy's throat open already. I mean, he hasn't bit him
And
yet, but he's
that's
about
all
to.
I've got this round.
Juku.
All right. Can Juku get to there ish?
Yeah.
Okay. And I can see this vampire up at the top, or just the spawns?
He's got some concealment up there. You got dark vision though, don't you? 45
Yeah, I got
feet.
dark
Yeah,
vision.
you can see him.
All right. I am going to.
He does
tell
not
the-
look like the other two. This guy looks like pretty badass. Just FYI. Let's see if we got an image of him. Yeah, he's got the monocle, you know, of the guy,
Okay.
you know, not the spawns that are on the ground. Kind
Yeah,
of look.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna try this anyway, and I'm gonna tell him to go back to Barovia where he belongs, as I cast banishment on him.
Let's see if he can.
Ah, he succeeded.
He says, you hear him. A whisper comes across the wind, and you hear mostly in your ear. He says, "I am not from Barovia." Azaka. What are you gonna do?
That's Akaza.
I mean,
Okay.
oh, sorry, that's wrong. He's not here. Taking him out of the party sheet. Eleazar.
All right, so what is this thing in front of us? Is that a well?
Yeah, it's a water well.
Well, it's a deep subject for a shallow mind.
Da-dum-dum.
Am I able to parkour over this with my strength?
Parkour. Yeah, if you succeed on a DC 10, you can parkour right over it. Either acrobatics or athletics, whichever you choose. If you fail, though, you're going to fall in and get everyone around it wet, including, and it's the two cats.
Well, seeing
So
as how
you can purposely fail if you choose to do so.
no, not this time.
Not the two cats next to the well. Cannonball! Boosh! It would have been fun.
So I normally wouldn't be able to
Wait.
see him, but because of Juku's, oh, he cast a spell. He didn't do anything to him, so I wouldn't see him. All right, so am I able to see embarrassed attitude from here?
See him as far as targeting for a ranged missile weapon?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. There's no trunk in the way. You're probably under that bush,
Okay.
but yeah. Wait, what's going on in chat? We got like some advantages and disadvantages. An advantage for Juku, a disadvantage for Clar, advantage for Smedley, and a random teleport for Clar. Aiming for the well. Okay. Let's resolve the teleport on Clar. See what direction. We're hoping for a 3, no, an 11. Clar is going up here on the building.
Oh no.
You gotta tell. I mean, it really screws you up in battle, but Clar, for some reason, you decided something wanted to teleport you up there, and so you can poop. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Go poop on him.
Sure.
on him.
Poop
Go ahead,
damage.
Eleazar. Take your. What do you got? An arrow out or something?
I have a crossbow.
He's just
Or
like
it still has a price tag on it.
he's like come down this like the stairs here, and he's turned the corner. He's like, and you see him reaching for like this guy at the table who's trying to get away from him. You know, why did you have disadvantage? Oh,
Because it's not my morning star.
because you hate this stupid thing. I hate this stupid thing, but you still hit. nailed this thing in the side for 11 points of damage. What is it? A +2 magic?
It is. That's
Holy crap!
bought it last
And
week
she friggin'
for
spins this
5,000
vampire
gold.
around a little bit. Like holy crap!
And I then put it away, throw it over my back.
That's what he said.
What's this guy gonna do? Oh wow. I think he's gonna
Where'd you go?
What?
well, I think he's gonna look down and realize that they really didn't give the vampire very much freaking range attacks. Like what the crap kind of. Why wouldn't he have at least have like a sling? Something. I don't know. He's gonna like move back here, like do what vampires do, and try to hide. Where's his sheet? Not so well. Not so well. You hear him crash through something back there. Cat's like meow. Some kind of. So these guys are gonna like. You see them like quickly trying to brew or pour 3 cups of tea, like nervously looking like they're trying to consume them quickly. If you can see those guys, I don't know who can see them. Maybe Juku and Smedley. I don't know. It's lit over there, but probably only 2. Maybe Eleazar a little bit. But this guy that just got hit by this crossbow, he doesn't have anyone in hand. I think he's going to come move in that direction rather quickly as he comes running around the corner and gets right up on Eleazar. Like,
I'm going to wave as soon as he turns around. Hi.
And he helps you put your crossbow on your back. I don't. It's because that's all I can do. Clar, you're up on the roof.
So I know what's metagame, so I want to ask you this: do we know anything about vampires, or have we heard about vampires?
Clar took a class one time in community high school.
So he does.
It was how to be goth. So I mean, kinda.
Perfect. That's all I needed. All right, so he's going to do a couple things. First, he's going to do a bonus action and make a dagger appear in his hand, and he's going to throw it 40 feet.
Like.
It's the God. I can't sharing his carrying. So he can manifest as bonus action. He can manifest a blade, use 1 die, roll it, and throw the blade at a space I can see up to a number of feet away equal to 10 times the number rolled, and then he can teleport that space.
Do you gotta hit something? What do you do?
It's called. I can't use sharing as caring, but it's called Soul Blades.
We can't hear you, John.
You can't hear me.
Or
Can you hear me now?
He
yeah.
was talking about it.
Oh, it's just a teleport spell. It's a 1d8 times 10-foot teleport.
Yeah, it's Soul. It's one of the features that I get for the rogue. It's a rogue feature.
And he's chucking his dagger while he's like right after he teleports? Like,
No, it's a bonus. So he gets one of the daggers and throws it, and then teleports it, like to where it lands.
That's his
The
bonus
dagger's
action,
just
though.
flavor for how far you teleport.
Right, but now he can throw his other dagger at the vampire, right?
But he's not going to do that. What he's going to do is take off. He has this little ball.
I shared it in Discord for you, Drake. Here in
No,
our
I get that.
jungle Discord.
I'm cool.
So he's going to take off
Thank
this little ball that he has on his belt, and he's going to say the special word, and he's going to cast the daylight spell.
That's not going to be nice. It's going to be really bright out here and some vampires that are squinting, but it's not sunlight, and I think he probably would know the difference.
I believe daylight and sunlight's the same thing.
No.
It doesn't. It doesn't work.
A
like
lot
that.
of people think that, and that's
It
why
takes
I'm.
the 5th level spell Dawn to create actual sunlight.
Yeah. So it doesn't even affect their daylight sensitivity.
Oh.
So
Well, there goes that.
Clar might understand that.
Just sounds so
I don't
defeated.
know. The goth class probably said bright light, is bad. Oh yeah, I would say definitely he knows. So he's chucking a dagger. Is that what he's doing?
Sure. Yeah, he's just going to throw a dagger then.
Watsy's fault for naming a spell daylight that doesn't create fucking
Seriously.
daylight.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, come on, shocking
Chill touch.
grasp and claw, chill touch, and
Those all make sense though. The
chill
spell's
touch is
called
a
daylight.
reach. Chill touch is a
Chill touch
reach,
is a
and it's not
range
even
Chill touch is
cold.
not a touch, nor is it chill.
It's not cold.
So he'll go back to being a typical rogue and throw a dagger, and that's it.
But chill touch is supposed to be like when you get a shiver down your spine. Like that's what it's supposed to be representative of. So it makes sense that it does necrotic. I don't know. That's just me.
I agree with that a little bit. Let's see if this guy does necrotic when he tries to grab a hold of this this commoner here. 16, yeah, I think he gets a hold of it. Multi-attack, he can, and then he can try to bite. With advantage, because he's getting grappled. Oh, sorry, that guy's dead. Azaka.
Good, bat boy.
Nice.
Okay, then don't.
She gets 2 shots. She can
Not
shoot
a fan
another.
of vampires.
Well, at least you're getting better, right? A 2, then a 3.
You roll like me. I see.
Drinking my tea. Snow of the Gold Peak.
That's me. I will be using a 2nd level spell slot to cast mirror image on myself. Mirror image. So that I can go and get in melee and be okay. So I'm gonna turn that on.
I will allow mirror images just because of the extension. Yeah. If it wasn't for the extension, no.
I'm gonna spend a spell slot. Okay, and then I'm gonna move. This is a fountain, right?
It is full of water. I don't know if you would go jumping over it. I mean, though cats are like that, they would rather jump over something than go around it. It's just the way they are.
I'll move around behind Azaka and then go towards the vampire.
Wetness, I give you the go around.
Yeah. And I'm only like I don't have any actions to attack because I use my action to turn on mirror image. But hopefully the sight of like me with my cool little mirror images is enough to like get this vampire to pay attention to me instead of my friends. But
well, it depends on how hard Eleazar smacks her again.
That's true.
The 11 points he did last time was enough to. But we'll find out.
Yeah, so I'll be raging next round.
The pigeon did more damage than I did.
That'll be it for me.
Okay. Doing.
I'm just so glad mirror image doesn't have concentration. It's great.
All right, so
Get
I
this
will.
vampire in front of you. She's embarrassed of her attitude, but she's looking pretty mean.
I say, oh no, a vampire. Gee. So I pull out my Morning Star and just proceed to pound the crap out of her, wielding it 2 hands, very little flair.
Well, that's a hit. You like smack her upside the freaking neck. Oh, 16 points of damage.
Jesus. Doesn't exist in this world, I know.
Another hit.
I mean, ooptow. That's what I meant to say.
And because I feel like it, I'm going to go do a action surge and do it all again.
It is 8 o'clock at night. The chances of you having to use an action surge later is pretty slim. So.
Yeah, we can take a nap.
Smashing the crap out of this vampire. I mean, they're not like wimps, so it takes a little bit of chopping to get these trees down. But
All right, so 4 smacks with this ball on a chain. Whang, and I'll then sort of nod to Snow, and I'm going to walk away.
I mean, like, provoking an attack of opportunity, walking away?
If she wants to, I've done quite a bit of damage to her, so if she wants to keep provoking me, she can. Otherwise, I'm going to leave.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's like, don't go away. I'm trying to eat your blood. Well, wait a second. There's this fuzzy little cat over here, too, right? It's a free attack, right? I only get 1 reaction. Good. I only get 1. And she reaches back and just snatches you in the back of the neck.
Nope.
What?
I have
Oh,
a
you-
reaction that can turn the crit into a regular hit.
How close you gotta be there? Where's Dooku at?
He is in range.
15 feet.
Sentinel at death's door.
Nice. What? How does that work? What, does Dooku yell something out, or?
Yeah, Juku will look over and say, I don't think so.
Ooptow says no. What's all these? Yes, check this, check that.
No, right. So he says, so my calm demeanor totally changes, and it's like I'm almost matching. Well, she hadn't gone into rage yet, but I'm now
I'm about to.
almost frothing at the mouth, furious at this creature.
Yes.
I turn back around and get ready to start wailing again.
Well, she does get the normal hit, so let me try to just do it this way, so if I get a regular hit. Now, let me try it again. One more try. I'm trying to get rid of the well, that probably got rid of the damage anyways. So
Yeah, that would have got rid of the crit.
So she does hit you slashing. You know what? Were you trying to get out of that square that you're in now? Yeah. Yeah, I think she just would try to slash you. She's not trying to stop you. She could have tried to grapple you, but I don't think so. She just like took her swipe at you as you went by. Clar. You can finish your move though. She doesn't stop you. And she dies, so 36 points? Really, Clar?
What?
I mean, ouch.
3 6s and 2 5s. Damn.
That's nice. So nice.
Like bad Banny Rooster or something.
Then he'll move down there. And throw another one.
Nails one of these other vampires in the back.
That'll do.
Oh. I do think I will, oops. I will, come partake of this claw right here that's shooting me in the back.
Tastes like chicken.
Like chicken. What do they got? Multi-attack. 2 attacks, only one which can be of a bite. So yeah, they always just try to grab you first, right? Trying to claw at you and miss. Second one.
Sorry, I was having Sirenscape issues. I just had to make sure I was good.
2 swipes from this vampire, totally missing Clar. Well, you guys are doing a pretty good job so far. Smedley, your passive perception is higher than a 12, so you can that guy's back there. You can hear him.
Oh, I've got something for him. Can I see him? I mean, I can.
Do you have dark vision?
I currently. Let's see. This time of day in the city, probably not. No.
Yeah, so now you can't really see him. You can hear him, though. What are you trying to do?
I wanted a hunter's marking, but I think I have to see him to do that.
Probably. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, I think to put it on, you have to be able to see them.
Yeah, creature you can see within range. So if I can't see him, that's okay.
I'll let you shoot at him, but you'll be at disadvantage.
No, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upcast Hunter's Mark to 3rd level so that it lasts 8 hours. That
have
on me.
like Hunter's Mark and the bar later on the wait staff or something.
People can't steal my
Where's
beer.
the waitress? She's over there.
Well, that's a bonus action. Hopefully after this guy dies, the other one will come into sight and I'll get him because I don't want him to get away.
I'll get
Get
you,
off my
pretty.
bird, buddy.
And your little dog, too.
Ah, 9 points. Did some resistance.
Oh
no. So when you miss, like parts of the street and debris like ricochet and like pelt Clar in the shins and shit. He's like sparks, you know. Do you have any flammable stuff on you, Clar, at the moment?
I don't think so. Besides my feathers.
Anything else, Smedley?
Nope, that's it. That's all I got. I don't get them cool action surges like Eleazar.
It's gonna move down.
She's gonna move over here.
I can see you, Bat Boy.
Huh?
Not enough to hit him though. He like kind of steps out of the way a little.
Get two.
Yeah, you get 2 shots.
All right. Come out, come out.
Ah, well,
Yay.
like trips over something and he like steps into the light for a brief second as you nick him in the side of his pinky toe. For 1 point of damage.
You got this.
Ouch. Alright, this guy's like finishing up this tea and nervously like trying to pick up they're trying to like pick up their tea set that's on the table or something. They're looking around. You know, the wait staff and everything, they're all probably you know, as far back as they could get. These people probably ran down the street. So, something like that. Juku.
All right. Well, Juku is going to position himself very carefully as he
Turtle power.
turns on the turtle power. And
Spirit Guardians just starts mowing down.
Oh yeah, and I'm upcasting it at level 4. And
I don't think nothing on the start until we got a little error pop up.
uh-oh.
We broke it.
What did we break?
Make it a quick screenshot.
That's the request roles one.
Sounds about right.
I hope that doesn't screw everything up from here on out.
Did you just try to pass your turn, or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can do it for you. Nope.
Oh no.
I can do it manually.
Yeah, let me take those effects off.
What do you think? It's the aura?
No, it's definitely not the aura.
I mean, I'm like, how could that interfere with the requested roll?
Yeah, there's no rolling involved. It doesn't touch it. It's one of the Kent, I think, extensions.
Shrimpy Spawn, turtle power,
yeah, he's gonna start his turn. So
yeah, he's like,
I rolled on 2 of them.
He failed.
So Shrimpy failed, so he takes a tiny bit of radiant damage.
Ouch! Just getting the hell out of that thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and tries to grab a hold of this affluent patron back here that has an enormous left shoulder. And hits him. Just grabs a hold of him. Did that get dropped on him? Jingo, thank you for the biddies. Enormous left shoulder. Does he have grapple on him? It didn't look like it went on him.
Remember, this is what happened last time. We couldn't add effects anymore.
Oh. Alright, so he's grappled, and he's going to try to bite him. And he does bite him, and when he bites him, you can see that he stumbles back and you can see like his face and his jaws like just like sizzling, and like smoke is coming off of it as he howls out in pain and takes 20 points of radiant damage from biting this guy. He stumbles back. He's like, ah! And the guy looks around nervously, like, still like holding his cup of tea. Looks down at the tea. Snow.
Oh my god, I got a turn. Just kidding, it's my terrible initiative. Okay, I'm gonna rage. So I got to roll on my table.
That thing popped back up.
I got a 2.
She's not dead, huh?
I don't want to
She's
teleport. I'll
twitching.
take the teleport.
She's not supposed to.
Bears to attitude.
Okay, so when I turned on my rage, I get to teleport.
Uh-oh.
1 second, I'm having issues. Sorry. So it's the 30.
Didn't apply.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
The rage, did you just try to put the effect on yourself?
I did, yeah.
Well, you're just gonna have to do it manually until break, until we can shut the table down.
Okay. So that was the 30 for my teleport. And now that I'm raging, I'll just attack this guy. I have to see. I'll do 2 extra damage if I hit because of rage. So I'll hit it with my great axe. Or attempt to, anyways. We know I'm not going to hit. Oh, I did! Okay. It never happened.
I must have slipped and fell into the. Oops. What are you jumping in front of my axe for? Oh, nice damage, too.
And I just put the bonus 2 in the modifier box before I rolled, so.
Perfect.
And I'm level 5 barbarian now, so I can attack again.
Nice.
Oh, there's the miss. That's more like it.
50-50. None.
That's more accurate for me. That'll be it.
So this guy, I think he's going to move back into the darkness a little bit further. Disappear. Sounds like he might have dropped off the back of the house or something back there. You're not quite sure where he went. Eleazar.
All right, so I was just looking to see exactly how many times I have to pound this thing into the dirt.
This vampire behind you. I don't know why she got back up, but it's Fantasy Grounds. I'm just gonna go with it.
0 hit points
Yeah, it's a
until it
mistaken Fantasy
does.
Grounds.
You can't reach
I think it's fine. I would say she's prone though, so she's twitching over there still.
All right, so I'm just going to double hand when you're using it with 2 hands anyway.
There
Just
you go. Totally
crush.
awesome. Yeah, you just like cave her skull in. Like got bits of her skull kind of stuck to the end of your mace at the moment.
All right, and then I'll sort of kick her and
Like shove her off. She's like, "Get off of me!"
move 30, 25 feet. I'll tentatively check and make sure the little flying turtles don't hurt me. And then if they don't, I'll step in. And
Yeah, when you look down at them, they're just smiling little Mario turtles that are all happy.
nice.
Double crits.
Nice.
And I'll say, turn to Clara, say catch, as I swing. The ball goes slashing into her head.
22 points of
Blood
damage.
goes spewing all over Snow and Clar.
Catch what?
Blood. Smedley.
That was nasty. It's still not dead yet. Okay. Well, let's do something about that. All right. Then, just because, I'm going to take a -5 on my second shot for a +10 to damage.
Uh-oh. It's a hit. Wait, was there a -5? Yeah, that's still a hit. Nice.
Okay, I'm back.
You were missed.
No
Wait,
one
you
even
rolled a
noticed.
10.
Yeah, he normally has a +10, so with the
Yeah.
-5, he had a +5.
22. Only 11 points of damage, though.
Best I can do. Maybe I need to go shopping for magic crossbow bolts.
Or a crossbow of warning that somehow shoots magical arrows. I don't know how that works, but
I already have a dagger of
It's
warning.
magic, of course.
Just load your dagger in the crossbow.
Yeah, but then it doesn't come back.
Snow.
I've never rolled this high of initiative. I'm just gonna keep wailing on this guy in front of me.
Actually, yeah.
He's still alive, air quotes, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Stumbling towards you as this
Right.
Morningstar
Oh look, I missed.
trained
What a
into his
shocker.
back.
I will use my second attack to probably also miss. Look,
Yep.
I fucking called it. All right, that's my turn.
It's the pink die. It's the pink die. I blame it
You're
on the
probably
dice.
right. I'll
The
change my
only hope, and it's all symbolic, is changing your dice color. That's it. That's all you can do.
Juku is going to
Juku
Sacred
comes
Flame on the big bellied, doing radiant damage, and positioning himself so that Shrimpy is within the effect.
what about the neutral guys? What?
I wouldn't have included them, just the vampires.
Wonder if they're working together so they don't get affected. They could just come and go out. Okay, I just checking. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. If I didn't consider them hostile when I cast it, they would not be included.
Well, this big bellied is like, what? I want something to eat. Who looks the squishiest here? Probably Clar still, I would think. Trying to claw at Clar. No. Maybe we'll try this little other fuzzy one over here. Let's see. Yes!
I actually forgot a bonus action on my turn.
Nice.
I popped the mirror image. I popped the mirror image. What was your bonus action?
The bonus action was to make the vampire spawn big bellied vulnerable to all damage that Clar does on his turn.
Huh?
What the hell
Harness
is that?
divine power bonus action, one of my channel divinities.
That's fancy.
So if he gets sneak attack, then this thing's vulnerable to it.
That's not the right one. Whatever you
Yeah,
just
you didn't
shared.
share the right thing, but it still sounds like a cool power.
What? Did I share the wrong one?
Mm-hmm. That you shared the one where you regain your expended spell slots.
Okay, never mind. I know I have that somewhere, but you can skip that one. We'll.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she, what was she? Popped the mirror image. She's done, right? She's not moving.
That one's a
She's
full
done.
action,
Yeah.
not a bonus action. Sorry, I got.
I
the
still
wrong
have
one.
2 mirror images left. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. That's just she popped one. Azaka is moving up.
We've got to save these poor rich people, right?
Oh no, not the rich people.
Not the. Actually, I had to look up how to spell affluent, just so I didn't spell it wrong.
I guess we can help
Or
them.
affluent, however you want to say it.
Yep.
Well, these two right here are dead. These two, I'm gonna put them over here in a little pile. They're dead.
The corpses are moving by themselves.
Yeah. Like,
Quick, Dooku undead shenanigans are happening here.
They're already changing into other vampires. That's how quick this. Like,
It would bat.
Yay.
Like, wait.
2 hits in a
you've
row.
got
Awesome.
vampires?
Oh my god, I changed dice color from pink to green and look.
Oh, nice. I've changed my color. I just gotta wait for my turn to come around.
yeah, this guy like starts to like fold up this like tablecloth, right? Like that's on the table, and like scoop up like the teapot and the stuff that's on the table. He just like scoops it up, picks it up like it's like a sack, right? Gonna start like moving backwards a little bit. You see him looking like towards the building, like there's a window or something over there. And his eyes are kind of big, and he's kind of like trying to run away. Look. Shrimpy, though,
He's gonna get some love.
yeah, looks down and sees all these turtles. Wait. You also get to do it to that guy that's in the building, looking
So it's
out
on
the window.
his turn.
Yeah,
So
but
it happens on their turn.
I just want to remind that there's a guy
Okay.
looking out the window right there, inside.
All right. Well, for now, I will do that. He still takes half damage.
Dude, is it storming where any of you guys live in the Midwest?
None of us live in the Midwest, so.
It did this morning.
Oh, in Gorgio, that's right.
It's like thundering outside.
We hit tornadoes yesterday.
Oh, great.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Getting outside of that circle and also trying to grab this guy. Yeah, with his claw. He's got the tablecloth. Grabs a hold of him. He's got him grappled. Just gonna like take his last 5 feet of movement and just kind of slam him up against the wall over here. These patrons have probably fled inside. I'm gonna get them out of there. They're over here in the pile with the rest of them. It's just a big pile of dead people. Shrimpy is done. This guy is gonna probably like scramble around this way and pull out the scimitar. Take a swipe at this one that's got the other guy grabbed. So you swipe. That's all you can do. Claw, we're going to take a break here at the end of the round.
So Caller's going to look at Snow and say, "Watch, Kitty, and learn."
Oh.
Wow, that's toxic.
And it's
Cool.
and the it's vulnerable too.
No, I couldn't use that. That one
Oh, you
was
couldn't
an
use it.
action, not a bonus action. I
Ah.
grabbed the wrong one. And it
It's
does
okay.
not automatically add your sneak attack damage. So you'll have to manually roll that and add it as a modifier.
Odd turn's not working.
Oh, what? Because you use brown shit. That's why. And then 5d6. 19. So 19 more.
Two big bellied.
Nice.
Nice.
And then, yeah, Caller will hook Snow. See?
Mm-hmm. I'm aware you point the sharp end at the enemies.
The pokey end?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll move there and then throw the last dagger at the shrimp.
He's like got this guy up against the wall. Dagger like sticks him right in the back. Whack.
On the Barbie.
And then he'll turn around and look at Snow. Psst, psst, psst.
Okay. All right. We've talked about this before.
Teeny is also going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Kind of like knocking this table back and swinging at his scimitar on this thing. Get off of my friend, you! And missing. And at the top of the next round, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a 10-minute break and go to the bathroom and do all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes-ish. So 21:32. No, that typed it wrong. By the time I figure out, it'll be 30, not 32, 42. That's almost 12 minutes. We're going to do 41. Which is 11 minutes. So we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be back in about 11 minutes. I'm going to play some pretzel and put the slideshow on. And if I get time, we're also going to shut the table down. So if you guys want to back off the table, just make it a little softer on you. If not, I will bring the table down. So let me get the stream on to the slideshow. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. can turn off the music and the timer. Cool. And I didn't even get to eat any of my snack, so while we're getting back on the table, we're gonna... Does it look like effects are working? I didn't even check.
Oh yeah, let me try and put my rage on.
Can't even
La-di-da.
get the map up.
Yeah, my rage is on. Cool. And I got the... So
need
I
the
can
map as a-
teleport every turn as a bonus action
Yes.
because of my
Yep,
special roll.
it is cool.
Pretty cool.
But despite all your rage, you're still just a cat in a rage.
Yep. I'm still just
Cat
a
in
cat
the
in the
rage. So let's do Smedley. What's Smedley doing?
Do we have to?
I ate him for
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah,
Smedley is connecting.
connecting. Oh. Well, he can. He's gonna have to come out from behind the building there.
Yes, he is.
He can move up and take a shot with his bow, his crossbow.
That is what he intends to do.
There's one vampire that's got a hold of curly locks that's holding a tablecloth with crap in it. Hunter's mark him?
Almost there. Yeah, I'll transfer the hunter's mark to him as a bonus action and then shoot him twice. I'm just waiting for my character to populate in the character selection window. There we go. Nope, not yet.
Which one would I put on him? The C or the whole?
The second one that just marks him as hunter's marked.
Probably screw it up. I'll probably screw it up. Gwydion, thank you for the biddies. 300 cheer biddies. Gwydion, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Hanging out on a Friday?
There we go.
I'll take
This
a bite of
fantasy
my...
grounds is running very, very slow for me.
It doesn't seem laggy on my end. Anybody else?
I haven't noticed anything.
Yeah, it seems fairly responsive for me.
There we go. Must have been that NSA wiretap it had to work through.
Oh, you mean my phone?
Let's see. I can
Alexa?
see Vampire spawn Shrimpy. Can I see Vampire himself?
My Google Home?
No. No, Shrimpy is the only one you can see currently.
Hold on. Let's see. Let's put the hunter's mark on him.
Let's get her in the pile over here, too.
And then shoot him.
That's a hit on Shrimpy. Critical wounding. Vampire spawn Shrimpy. Second arrow, crossbow bolt right to her back again. Not enough to take her down, though.
I can curve my crossbows around corners.
Like magic missiles.
Yeah.
Clar right there. I don't think she's going to go anywhere with Clar right here.
You're going to come running up and stabby. He just kind of waves.
He's like, flaps his little arm. And stabs. Or you waiting for your sneak attack on your... Oh, there's no one to give you sneak attack. Well...
I mean...
Yeah, I mean, they're not quite your friends yet. But,
Will you allow it?
on the second one,
Okay.
he's like, oh, he realizes you're here to help. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're my friend now. Oh, great, it's a crit. He's like, yeah. He like pulls her head back. Stab her right here. I don't know. She's okay.
And I look back over. I look back at Snow and say, "This is how you do it."
You're so funny. So funny. I'll give that a try though.
Yeah. Screw this. I'm out of here. Shit, running down this alleyway. Turning the corner. Getting the hell, turning into a vampire and doing some bullshit, running away. Who's coming after me?
Must
Come
have
on.
really
Run down the
small
dark
fangs.
alleyway after a vampire by yourself. Let's do it. Come on.
All right.
Connor isn't smart.
I am going to attempt to attack this vampire with my great axe. Am I still targeting it? I sure am. All right, come on! I changed my dice color. Yes!
If that thing left my aura, then we need to remove the effect. Once you hit it, I can't remove it.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, what?
No, the
What happened?
vampire.
Did you turn it?
I did not turn it, but it started its turn in my Spirit Guardians,
Oh, I see.
and then it ran away.
I understand. Okay, I'm gonna hit it with my extra attack.
Tactfully retreating.
Well, we're back to normal, guys, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to normal. Nothing to worry about here. Okay, that will end
We're
my
back to
turn.
normal. The effects are working and I am missing. Just normal. Everything's normal.
Just D&D things. This is why I'm a much better dungeon master, because my players never die, because I never hit them. Thank you.
Ah.
All right, so I'm just sort of looking around, seeing what happened to the other one.
You get the impression that Juku kind of points that direction, like shrugs a little, maybe.
I heard something scream in there.
It could have been the Swedish chef. He doesn't know. He's not sure.
So I'll start heading over 30 feet this way to eventually go around the corner,
Start heading that way.
see what I can see.
Yeah, this guy's gonna like, he's gonna like take off into the kitchen over this way. He's like, ah! Dashing through the kitchens, you hear pots and pans and stuff rolling, and this guy is not far behind him. He's like, but he's like running out the front back over here. He's like, help us! They're gonna eat us. Azaka.
Right. Running up to see if we can find that bat boy. Don't see him yet.
Take off that way too.
Yeah.
Are you human? Is Azaka human?
No, she
Zaka
is not.
is human variant.
She's humanoid? I mean, she can shapeshift into a tiger?
Oh, okay. Just like your dad. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a different token. That's all it is. And I changed 2 letters in the name. Shrimpy doesn't get up. Shrimpy was totally dead. I can delete Shrimpy, I guess. I was
Poor
hoping for
Shrimpy.
some regen or something, but the right amount of radiant love. Juku, yeah, what did Juku do? There's
I'm
like
gonna
a
sacred flame this guy and get near enough that he's within the range, so he should not be popping up ever again.
make sure. Just make sure he's dead.
Just ensuring he's dead.
We can do that like this too. Just cook him off the face of the earth.
And if possible, try to get as many of the corpses that were created within my circle. So if any of them happen to raise up.
Is that a double tap? Is that a Juku double tap?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna spiritual garden over the bodies just in case they try to come back. I'm double
just gonna
tapping
stand
them.
here for a minute.
That's rule number 2. I mean, well, I think I'm gonna just do this right here. Take you guys out of initiative. As the guy gets away, unfortunately.
Jerk.
I know, jerk. We could take a peek at the old little map here. Here, I'll unlock your tokens for you.
That Barovia at the edge, the gray mist.
Yeah, you gotta step into the mist.
So, does Ilias, would I know anything about vampire attacks within, from as a member of the Flaming Fist? Do I know, is this common? Is this something that we deal with often, or is this rare?
It's probably not too common in Port Nanzaro, like, and that's what he would be knowledgeable on. But out in the jungle, vampires, they're there, they're around. They usually have a purpose. They usually are up to something, or so you don't think it was a random occurrence.
Okay.
Juku wants to walk over to, I think it was Teeny, and say that Juku observed one of those spawn bite you and was injured by biting you.
He's
I
like,
find this most interesting.
he looks at you and he's like, it must have worked. And you can see the bite mark on his neck is just like almost just like a hickey.
Is this a process that can be applied to others, or something unique to your species?
He just kind of looks at you strangely. He's like a human or something. He's nothing. He's not a weird
I don't
species.
know.
But I mean, it's just the way the turtles, your species, it's a Juku sound and voice. He's like, it was. You guys don't see the guy anymore.
T-set.
Curly locks, but he's like, it was the tea. He points towards the table. The tea protected us. It was the tea.
Very interesting. What kind of tea was this?
Tea to protect you from vampires and undead. It's It apparently works. I'm surprised. You know, he seems. It's got to be
Yeah.
worth a fortune.
They have to work on the name a little bit, though.
What, affluent patron?
Marketing.
You know, tea that helps you against vampires and
Oh yeah.
stuff.
It's a tea of undead resistance. Yes.
There you go. Did you purchase this tea or did you make it? How did you acquire this miraculous substance?
I was invited to sample it
By whom?
by Curly Joe.
Where is Curly Joe?
I don't know where he went off to, but he'd taken the tea set with him.
Is he somebody you know, or just somebody you randomly met in your affluent patron party?
He's a friend. You think he's lying? What are the rest of you guys doing? Juku's over here like questioning this guy. He's like got him out,
Yeah,
sitting at the table with him.
grilling him.
I mean, I'd probably just move closer to listen to the conversation.
Is there anything left of the vampires? Clothes,
Like
their stuff.
some of the people come back, like the staff members a little bit. These commoners, they dipped out on whatever tab they had. They're out of here. Whatever. We're not paying.
I'm gonna circle the building,
You guys got
make
vampires.
sure I don't see him anywhere else.
I'm gonna hunt for him. Give me a perception check.
Me?
The guy that's hunting for the vampire.
Oh.
You don't see him. You look around. Seems like he might have changed into a bat and flown off into the dark, or turned into a rat and went down a sewer grate, or done a vampire-y get out of here kind of technique that they're good at. But he did go away looking at a couple of wounds on himself and did not get what he came for. So I think another night might be in order for his nefarious deeds. What are you guys going to do? Continue on with your evening?
I'm gonna question the people who are still alive, using my investigative skills as a Flaming Fist member to see if anybody knows where they came from, the direction. Were they attacking a certain people? Were they looking for something? What were their actions besides before we got there?
Well, the two people you're questioning totally believe the affluent patrons, the guys that are dressed up really nice. They look like they come from money. They're both like, well, this isn't as obvious. They were after the tea. The other one's like, of course they were after the tea. The tea protects you from them.
Well, they didn't seem to know what the tea did. They tried to bite you anyway after you
Who-
drank it.
And who else knows of this tea besides Jolly?
Like, we were invited to sample the tea. I think it was. They're looking a little confused now. They're like putting two and two together, like it was maybe a staged kind of thing, maybe going on. Something seems kind of out of place.
Who invited you to sample the tea?
I've got a letter. He's fumbling around in his jacket. I must have left it somewhere. Huh. like he's looking for a letter or something that he can't find. The other guy's like, uh, a word was left with a friend of mine. His name is Johnny Make Some Shit Up Name.
That's
Johnny
an
Appleseed.
interesting name.
Johnny Makes Some Shit Up. That's his name. He's from the south side.
Can you take us to him?
Perhaps. He looks around. He says, yes, I think I know where he sells his falafels. He's a falafel vendor. He's the one that told me. Said he overheard somebody talking about it. A great deal. I just came for the free cake.
So
Free
I'll go
cake,
talk
you
to
say?
the proprietor of this restaurant, whatever this place is with all the tables. Whoever owns the tables out here, see if they knew anything about it, if they were expecting anything today, if anybody reserved it for the tea.
Well, the table is reserved for people who pay well. You know, so basically you can kind of line someone's pocket and get the table, right? It's a nice table. And that's what they did. They just bought the table with coins. And they ordered like a standard tea service, and they drank tea. They were only here a short time. But nobody recognizes them from around, right? They all just assumed they were just some rich people, but they don't think they're regulars or anything like that. As far as the staff goes. And as far as having like anything to do with the vampires, the staff offers you guys like a free meal to go. Like, anything you want off the menu, we'll box it
I'm
up.
not
But
sure I
you
want to eat on this
you
off of this menu.
could take it to go. There's lots of garlic on the menu. Say it's like a big red herring is on the special board. It's like it's a big red herring. What? Here, I wanna show you the parcel. You guys do get a couple of daggers. I mean, some of the people would have had laying around if you care, but the white lace doily was a item that one of my friend's streamers, she was making on her thing, so I was looking at it and I just copied and pasted it. And I said, let's see if the players can get this white lace doily. Doily, not
It's
dolly.
unidentified. Can't see.
Oh, sorry. Share it.
A doily.
She was making it. It's some part of her she's making a whole campaign setting. So this was something that the viewers kind of are making up as they go. It's a pretty powerful little doily. It's an artifact.
Wow.
I made the stuff up with the vampire stuff, but whatever. The biting. The special tea, the teapot has the special tea in it, but
Is that teapot still there?
no, the guy scooped up the whole tablecloth and ran through the kitchen down the street. Got away. Curly locks got away. Maybe there's a vampire chasing him or something. We don't know. But that's your evening. That evening. But you guys make your way back and get back to Kaya's for the evening, and you guys get your
So as we're getting ready to, as they're getting ready to go down, I'm going to go meet with Juku. Hey, something we used to do when we were looking for people. So we had a mage who could do minor illusion, and they would cast the illusion, and then the person would describe the people we were looking for until the illusion looked like that person, and then we had a cleric who could cast sending to that person, and if they responded, one, they could tell us where they are, and two, we knew they were alive. This might save us the trouble looking for that dwarf if we can find somebody who can cast minor illusion, and you can prepare sending one day.
I can definitely do that.
what GPS hologram? What are you guys doing?
So use minor illusion to get an idea of the person you want to send to, and then sending confirms whether they're alive or not.
And then ask them where they are, because they can respond in 25 words or less.
We're gonna target the chair to see if it's a mimic, right? That's
Yep.
what you're doing. Is that what you're doing?
We just need somebody with minor illusion.
Well, there is coincidentally an invitation at Kaya's rest in the morning when you guys get up. So do you guys get your long rest? Do you guys spend the night?
Yes.
Good.
Level up.
Tucked into his shell. Yep.
Let me push that. If we're using the survival thing, you guys make sure you get your food or whatever. I don't know if we're... It doesn't matter right now. You're in town, so whatever it says is wrong. And it doesn't apply the encumbered condition to or exhausted condition to you, so... Just says it. 4 days without food. Poor Smedley. No, it's not true. It's not true. So, Kaya, there's an invitation from a one of the merchant princesses to come to his house, and it's what's his face? Wakaka.
We're off
Wakaka.
to see the wizard.
What's his name?
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Saka.
Wakaka. Shakaka. Everybody kneels down. Wait, why can't I find his name when I want to find his name?
Shakalaka.
Wakanga. Wakanga. Otomu Wakanga. You guys know this guy. You've met him. Remember? Some of you?
Yes.
Remember?
Kind of. Vaguely.
He's a mage. You guys know he's a mage. And he's looks for like history buff, right? You know, he wanted the Vorn, the Shield Guardian, you know, that kind of. So you're probably going to expect to talk to him about the Shield Guardian, right? You guys might want to have a conversation about that before you go talk to him, right? What are you going to tell him?
Well, we had the Shield Guardian, but the person who attuned to it kind of left.
She went and joined the Red Wizards of Thay.
Yep, it took.
We don't know
Shield
that
Guardian
for
with him.
sure.
No, your characters don't know that. Character's not sure what she did. Yeah, this guy can cast some spells too, so so the invitation is for tonight for dinner. He says the dress is semi-formal.
Well, then I will have to go get some formal clothes in the local style.
I'll buy a new loincloth.
He turns it inside out. It's all clean now. Fresh start, yes. What other loose ends do you guys got? We still need, what, 4 more divinations? Right, we've only got 1? But he's staring blankly at that little page going, what the hell am I gonna do? Gotta make some bullshit up. I don't know. I think you guys should just find out who's gonna win the race for the dinosaur races tomorrow and bet it all on it.
Well, here I have a question for my divination. Can we trust Wakanga?
And Smedley would be, where would this information probably come from? Where would you imagine Smedley would he be praying somewhere? Would he be asking some
Maybe if there's a library or some repository of knowledge, just maybe he came across something written about the guy that either lets him know he can be trusted or lets him know that he can't.
give me a investigation with advantage, I think you're gonna have some help. Or history? Are you you got any history?
I have history, yes.
Yeah, I'll let you use history with advantage.
Okay, I have both and they're the same. There's my history.
Oh, excellent. Matter of fact, out of most of the merchant princesses, you think that he has the most honorable intentions of all of them, which is not that difficult, you don't think, but he's probably, of all
He's
of the
the most
merchant princesses,
trustworthy of the ones out there.
yeah, you think he might be the most trustworthy. Matter of fact, you're pretty positive he might be. She rolled a 27. You like find
Wow.
you find like a court document proving that he's honest. I don't know. A 27? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So he seems like you probably at least seems honorable. And just so you know, his villa, it wouldn't be hard to find. It is up in the, well, it shouldn't be hard to find if the DM knows where it's at. It's this one right here. Up near 4. Here, I'll give you the map again. It's up in up near Golden Throne. You guys see it over here? Kind of hard to point to it. Yeah, there you go. So that's where you got to end up. So not that far from where you guys, I mean, too far. So, how you guys, are you guys going to go there? Or you guys want to do anything else during the day?
I want to go buy some better
time?
clothes.
It's morning of the 27th. Invitation to Wakanga's villa for dinner party. In your honor. So, it's like a private dinner party for you guys, basically. And that's in the morning. Try to remember to do the the stuff. Finding clothes. I think reasonable amount of clothes, probably for an evening like this, might be 10 gold. I mean,
That
be.
sounds good.
I mean, because in Chult, the clothes are very flowing, very vibrant in colors, and so I mean, it wouldn't be like a three-piece suit you're expected to wear. Formal
Nope.
would be that you have to wear at least sandals and full like pants and a shirt.
Nope. I'm definitely going for local style,
and
not
maybe
what I would normally wear.
some kind of headgear, some kind of hat.
Juku
Or
would show up in full vestments.
Yeah, Ooptao vestments. That would
Mhm.
probably be kind of nice.
He'll spend his 10
Klar,
gold on that.
is he gonna like take a bird bath and dress up, or?
Yeah, Clar will like get into like find a bath and just like kind of shimmy down into it, and then we'll wear his nicest clothes, which is probably like a rag.
Probably like a rag.
No, he'll wear the cape. That's all he's going to wear is the cape.
That's probably kind of nice, right? Somebody
Yeah.
accidentally presidential-nations you a couple times.
Yeah, just the cape.
I was imagining that around Chult they have stones that have that cast on them with charges, and they charge up at night, and they just bathe and clean you. The predigitation. Yeah, how do you say it? Somebody say it good.
Prestidigitation.
There you go. Prestidigitation. Cleany rocks. Me cleany rocks. So that wouldn't be uncommon for you if you guys picked up a rock that you could actually just store charges in, right? If anyone has the cantrip, it's just like zzz, zzz, zzz. Have like 5 for the day. Hand it around. Somebody give me that would have done some research on how to. Who was researching that? How to destroy the artifact?
I mean,
The
all
Eye
of
of
it.
Zoltak.
It was Snow and Juku, I thought.
And
Yeah,
I think
Juku's been spending most of his time in town trying to
I think
find the answer to
Snow would
that.
probably be the appropriate person to actually make the roll. Investigation?
Alrighty.
I don't think with advantage. I think just a straight up investigation
Nice.
roll. Nice.
Oh my
So
god, I rolled good for once.
Snow finds
Change your
out
dice color.
information about Ross Nissi, right? This is the Bare that wielded the Eye of Zoltak, right? Blast, and that's who they took it from. She found out that he has a castle that he worked out of, that where supposedly this thing was, where he studied this thing.
The eye?
Yeah, the eye.
Okay.
And maybe she thinks maybe there might be, it's worth a trip to find the thing to see if there's something in the castle, maybe.
Okay.
But she has to do more research to find out where the castle's at. So that's kind of
Okay.
where she's at. She's like, that might be a
That's what I'll
source of
do.
information.
Yeah. Especially like while we're in town, because like I'm a storyteller, so I'm always looking for people telling like folklore, fairy tales, myths, like that kind of stuff. So I think I would definitely keep
Yeah.
my ear open for that kind of stuff.
Cool. So off to the dinner party tonight? Is that where we're doing?
I believe so.
Yes, let's go to the dinner party.
All right, I'm gonna move your tokens. Do you guys like rent a carriage to take you up there? Like,
Nah, I'm
so
gonna
you're
walk.
right in style.
Nah, I want to walk.
All right. Well, you guys get up here and we got a map. you guys on it before I give it to you. In case you get stuck in a wall that's secret. I'm gonna say it's pretty well lit, so. Alright, so you guys are dropped off outside of this, or you arrive walking, or however you approach the place. It's up in the real like fancy mansion-y area. Obviously, there's lots of merchant princesses that have property up here, and they each share like their own compound, right? And as you like arrive and you kind of hanging around, it's not too long that a servant will come and open the door and invite you in.
Well, I got my fancy dress on now. Let's go.
All right. So you guys can go on in. The door's open and there's a servant that waves you in. Please, please come in. Come in.
We will.
Inside the door, there's you see two gladiators, like dressed in like almost gladiator uniforms, like as guards. You see several guards about that are dressed like gladiators. And when you guys come in, let me turn off my thing. Why am I seeing? Okay, there we go. I had to zoom out a little. All right, so when you guys come in, over here, sitting on one of these pillows, there's a female elf, and standing next to her, talking to her, kind of is you can see like kind of the side view in the back of him, standing in the room as you guys come in. One of the servants, please. They point to the center wash basin and hand you some towels and offer you a place to clean up. Very common in Chultan society to come in and clean yourself. And you can see there's a couple other servants milling about. So Wakanda looks back at you guys kind of nervously. You guys get the impression that he looks a little nervous for a second, and he points back towards you guys, and him and the female elf get up and walk over and approach you guys. Wakanga says, "Oh, thank you for coming to dinner. I would just be just a moment for dinner, but she insisted on meeting you, and I'm sorry, I didn't quite get your name." And the female elf smiles, nice pretty smile on her. She says, just call me Val, she says. And I got a picture of her somewhere, I think.
Does she look like the vampire from the night before?
No. That was a guy vampire.
She looked like Veli from Frost.
She looks like this.
That's Tariel.
Oh god.
Gotta love her.
She says, I've heard so much about you. You're the adventurers that are giving so many people heartburn, aren't you?
Yeah, it can be hard to digest.
I've heard so much about you. I had to meet you myself. This my business has brought me down to Chult, and I just had to meet the adventures that I've heard so much about. You never know when adventures could be handy. Kind of smiles a little.
Good call.
But,
She likes dwarves.
yeah, Wakanga kind of says, so what business are you in? And she looks over at him and she says, oh, importing, exporting, and, you know, all kinds of different businesses, I suppose. You know how it is, being a merchant prince and all. He says, yeah. Kind of looks around a little nervously at you guys. She's like, well, I understand you're here for a dinner party. I just wanted to let you know that I'm in the area. If you ever need to speak with me, well, Wakanga will know how to find me, I suppose. And she smiles. She kind of bows a little, and she starts to walk away. Juku, give me a wisdom check, Mr. I can detect undead.
Just a straight wisdom check.
Don't you have an ability that allows you to
Oh
sniff
yeah,
out
absolutely.
undead? You're like,
Absolutely. Somewhere.
I think it's a wisdom. I think.
Eyes of the grave. Sense the presence of the undead.
She is got some kind of protection going, but if you roll high enough, I'll give you the sense anyways.
Okay.
So, this wouldn't be a bad time to use your
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration.
inspiration.
So just like religion or a straight up just wisdom?
What does it say in the roll? I forgot.
There is no roll for this one.
Oh, I thought it was like a roll or something.
As an
So you
It's
action,
based on his wisdom modifier, yes.
it's just you can use it the number of
you
times
put it
for your
in
wisdom
here.
modifier.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's what I saw. Wisdom modifier. So yeah, give me a religion check. Definitely with advantage since you're going to use your inspiration on it. Do you think that she's definitely not an elf? You get that tinge, but you can't. There's something blocking your perception of it, right? So you can't say for sure that she's undead, but you definitely feel something is covering up the fact that you think she might be undead. If you know what I mean. But she's graceful, she's friendly, and she's not hostile at all. She's real friendly, and she excuses herself like she's interfering. And she'll just walk right out the front door unless somebody wants to say something else to her. She just kind of looks at everyone and kind of nods, and she leaves. And Wakanga, he's like, oh, did you see her before? Have you seen her before? He looks
familiar.
He's like, she showed up not too much before you did. And insisted on waiting until you got here. I assumed she was with your party, but I definitely got the impression that she was up to something. I don't know her. I've never met her before. He's like, I definitely will do some research into her. But anyways, I have brought you here for dinner. Please come in. Let's enjoy the evening. Would you care for some tej or perhaps some wine?
Please.
He invites you
Tej
in. You
would be
can sit
lovely.
on the cushions, or it's really a relax kind of atmosphere. Servants bring hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and Wakanga asks you about your adventures and if you've discovered any information on the amulet of the Shield Guardian.
Well,
Wow.
I'll look
You
at
see,
Eleazar and say, Captain.
we had this thing. Oh, I put it on Eleazar, Captain.
As well, explain that we did find it. It was being guarded by these goblin tribe, and we were able to recover it as we were bringing it back. It and the it was taken by the red wizards. We had actually made our way back here to let him know.
He says, the Red Wizards have been active lately. He says, more so than they usually are. I get a sense they've gotten some roots into the city somehow and are using it for supplies and things. It is rumored they have a base in the heart of Ooptao, but that is beyond my reach.
In the heart of Ooptao? I thought Ooptao was the deity.
Oh, the heart of Ooptao is a floating island of earth that hangs out over the jungle.
Ah.
Airships are easy to launch, and it's been taken over for quite some time by the Red Wizards, is what I've heard. He tells you it's generally in the middle of the jungle. He points to the south. Do you guys actually have a map as your characters? Of, I know we've been using the navigation map, but is that your map?
I thought we
I
did
do.
have one.
I have one.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else does, but Eleazar does. I thought they
I don't
did the
have one,
plot
but
one the very first couple episodes when they got off the ship, when they were
I think there is a
in the
map that
same
you can buy. Let me
captain that they
see.
bought. The female captain they talked to, they gave him
oh,
the right to search, to excavate, be adventurers, and that they paid.
Yeah, but I don't like the Flaming Fist.
I thought they gave her, they got her a map from that location.
I
But
thought I had like
irregardless, I have one.
Is it irregardless? Is that correct?
No, absolutely not correct.
And I can't find the one I was thinking of. So yes, there's a map. There's a map floating around. But anyways, it's. I need to look on the other map because I don't even know where it's at. I have to look on the DM map. It is. Yeah, it's right in the middle.
It's hovering over the peaks of flame, cooking
Yeah,
all the red wizards that are on it.
it's out here. I'll put a big. It's out here on that map, which apparently is not being shared very fast.
wait.
I have the map of Chult that shows our party token and
Mm.
our travel line of travel.
Yeah, and my purple circle. Purple
Yeah,
There
circle.
it is. There you go. I see it.
It's out here. And a matter of fact, there's probably some art. Let's see, Heart of Ubtao.
Ooped
Oh, that's a pretty cool image. We'll use that one.
What is that? That's cool.
It's a Earth moat, I guess is what they actually call them.
My God,
Somebody-
it's a hive of bats.
Or
Does
those
Ooptail
flying
like bats, Juku?
pterodon things.
Or those
Ooh.
vampires under the control of the Red Wizards.
Vampires. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun, or maybe they're just fruit bats. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
Shikaka.
They're crows.
There's no fruits up there.
It's just a bunch of crows. That's where Odin lives. Ooptao is actually Odin.
How dare
Perhaps
you
he-
say blasphemy?
So Wakanga, what do you guys want to chat with him about? Hey, what's up, T Nomad? What's going on? We're doing some role playing, hanging out.
So after the initial conversation dies down, I will at some point bring up either with him or someone else close to him, find out where we can find a low level mage or mage school or somebody. We just need somebody who can cast a cantrip.
Wakanga can cast a cantrip. He says, I can cast a cantrip. What cantrip is it that you need? I have access to many scrolls. Many of them are useless cantrip scrolls that I don't have memorized.
We are looking for someone who can cast minor illusion to help us find someone that is missing.
Oh,
We've
minor
done this
illusion.
as the when I was a member of the Flaming Fist,
I
when
can't.
we were looking for important people. One person would cast a minor illusion around someone who knew them, and they would then describe it and change the illusion until it resembled them, so that the person casting the sending could then cast sending. We have the ability to cast sending, we don't have the ability to make a minor illusion.
You think who is the minor illusion of?
Some dwarf, missing dwarf.
Missing dwarf?
The dwarf who is in charge of the mine to charge of the dwarven throwing. Oh, it just says dwarven throwing hammer. The
He's the
Toba Hammerfist.
sibling of Torva. Yeah.
Blinky or whatever the other quest guy is? You want to talk to
He's-
him? See if he's alive? See if you can send him a message and see if he's alive
Bistro.
before you go out there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Bistro.
alive? And if so, where are you?
Where are you?
What? You know?
And
you
how do we
guys
get there?
are-
Can't
We're,
forget that part.
yeah, that means I gotta open up that one, right? Yeah.
Wait,
it
why
that?
can't we just send to the dwarf because we've never met them before? Is that why we're doing the illusion?
Correct. You have to have some.
You have to have familiarity with how they look.
If we found somebody who was familiar with them, the dwarf, the person who gave us the quest in the first place, can't we cast sending like by through that person because they know the dwarf?
No, it has to be a creature with which you are familiar.
Mm.
Yeah, and if I'm casting sending, I don't know who this dwarf is.
I understand. We could go ask the person who gave us the quest like 50 questions until you get to know what her brother is like, and then you will be familiar with, like, you can ask her like what's his favorite food and what's his favorite color, and then you're familiar with him. Yeah, you catch my drift.
So
That's his life history.
let's assume for a second that it doesn't work. Now what are you gonna do?
We know he's either dead or like.
Or it didn't
Then we're-
work. Right? Because you don't have enough information on him. Can you tell if it failed because we're sorry, the person you have reached is dead, or we're sorry, your number can't be completed, it's dialed. Please try again. I mean, you're not too sure. It's only a second level spell, right? Sending.
Third.
Right. Oh, it's a third level. Let's see. Short message to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as a sender. If it knows you, it's like, who the hell are you? You got the wrong number. Click. So
But okay, we know he's alive.
we know he's alive. You hear, help, help! No, I don't know. I don't know. I have to read through the freaking other module, but we'll find that out next week if your call goes through. I think it's a good plan because you can actually quiz the dwarf's sister, right? And well, here's a picture of my brother 3 years ago at the family reunion. I mean,
give me his old journal so
yeah.
I can get familiar
I
with
mean, this isn't an impossible thing that your guys are asking, but I gotta read their encounter to see if the guy's even alive. I don't even know. I haven't got that far yet. It's a side quest that we have. But yeah, that's a good one. I'll research that. What are we getting? What do we get? 20 minutes left?
15.
15 minutes.
I want to ask this merchant prince dude if he's familiar with that artifact.
The Eye of Zoltek.
The Eye of Zoltek, yeah.
We're gonna ask him about that.
I'm not asking how to, break it or anything. Just I know he has a curiosity for historical and whatever.
The
So I'm
Eye of
curious what
Zoltek, let's see, the information additional that he would know. Of course, he knows the Eye of Zoltek was Rosnisi, Bare, that information. Does he have any other information that would be beneficial for you guys? I think he would probably mention the name Artist Simber in the conversation and see if you guys would pick up on it.
Never heard of
react.
him.
Right?
Stone lizard face.
Nobody. So I mean, if no one like registers that he says that,
cinnamon?
he doesn't approach it again.
Can I ask him if he knows anything about the castle? You said it was like Zastam's castle or something.
He does know information on the castle. Matter of fact,
what'd you know? What do you know about that?
He tells you he has a library
No,
upstairs.
it was Rasmus's castle. Sorry, I misspoke.
He tells you that he has a library upstairs that he has collected some information in, and he thinks he's got a book on it. And I get to roll.
Ooh. Can
Is that
I?
where Zaka is?
Ooh,
And she can just
shit!
turn around and
No,
grab
you
it.
can't help him. He got a 20. You can't help him because he succeeded. Say again.
So is that where Zaka is in the library? She can just turn around and grab it.
I mean, I'm just gonna ask him if I can look at the books or book that talk about this stuff. May I look at them? I don't need to take them. I just want to look at them.
He invites you to go with him to the library.
I love libraries.
Yeah.
Libraries, if you guys weren't aware, hold stories. Did you know that?
Yes.
However, it does seem several of the guards go with him.
That's fine. I'm not gonna be an asshole. I know I'm his guest. I'm just gonna speed read some books.
If he's got any books on Uptao or whatever, I'd be curious in those too. Religious texts.
Does the whole like lot of you want to go up to the library?
Library party, let's go.
Smedley always wants to go to the library.
Clar even read?
He just drag you into the
Does Clar
library.
even read?
Clar likes to smell the books.
Clar
They do
likes
smell so good.
Yes, they
Sock
do.
the nose in, so she'll go up and keep him occupied so they get lots
Book
of
smells
time.
so good.
You're smelling lignin.
Nice.
Here. There you guys go. There's the library upstairs. Inside the library, there's two beholders that are represented as this.
So-
No, I'm kidding. I don't know what the two statues are. Artist ambiguation of something. I would think they are stuffed Tyrannosaurus or dinosaurs or something along those lines.
Nice.
Velociraptor mimics.
But the library, it says a character who spends a few hours sifting through the formalic fiction and succeeds on a DC 15 intelligent investigation check finds useful books on Chult lore mixed in with romances.
Romance novel. Nice.
Snow's
Tusk
just
glove.
walking around with like a big old stack of books, like dropping them everywhere.
It does say that I can use this opportunity to answer specific questions posed by the players, though. It does say that right here, so.
All right. I would like one of those there investigation rolls.
Where's the castle?
14, you're like, it's right here on this. Oh shit, this page just crumbled to dust. Crap.
Why?
As you rolled a 14.
Do I get a bonus
It's
because
a
I grew up in
15.
Chult?
The
That's
DC's
your
at
inspiration.
15.
Like
He's-
knowledge local bonus or something?
Are you trying to use your investigation and get a bonus?
I grew up in
What are you
Chult,
trying
so I
to?
can-
What's the lore you're trying to find out?
Trying to find out more information on these mine, the Hammer Fist mine.
Yeah, okay. I'll give
To
you
Be
advantage on
gleaned
it.
next week.
Since you guys were just talking to the expert on the Hammer Fist mine, or you're about to anyways, right?
Oh, I hit it twice. Sorry,
Wow.
it wasn't fast enough. So I hit it twice.
Well, the first one wasn't with advantage, so I don't know what happened. But the second one was with advantage, so I guess that's the one I got to take, right? The one that you rode properly. Yes. So there is a book on the Dwarven mine, which we'll get into next week. But yeah, there's a
Basic
little.
information, how to get there,
Yeah,
how
it
many
tells you
levels it is,
it tells you all about the mine and who owned it and why
what creatures they
it
drove
hasn't
out
been
of it.
active, and yeah. No, it doesn't tell you who's taken up ownership since all that happened.
No,
No,
not the
it
current
doesn't.
owners, but when
Yeah,
they
it doesn't
first
tell you
mined
any
it,
of
did they
that.
have
So
any? Did they come upon any, fissures with elementals or creatures
yeah,
when they were mining it while it was being mined?
there's some canaries that died. There's rest in peace, little blue canary number 1.
What we have Claw for.
Wow.
That's why
Wow.
you keep Claw around, just in case there's methane gas
down
leaking
into
the
down
mines.
in the mine.
Wow.
Thought, doesn't he have a little
Rude.
gas mask or something?
Yes. So rude.
So, anybody else? So we're in the library and we still got 10
I'm
minutes?
looking for the castle information and all that stuff.
The castle information. Ooh, what you find out about this castle is it was a mobile castle. It was like an
Yes, it
RV,
is.
right? The
Mhm.
castle itself was massive, though. It was, 100,000 square foot castle, and it was built on the top of massive tortoises' backs, and they carried the castle around on their backs.
Like Discworld?
So it's probably moved like 10 feet.
Well, it's magic. They're like dragon turtles too.
Yeah,
You
that
know.
sounds like Discworld by Terry
Yeah,
Pratchett. You
without
should
the
read it.
elephants.
It's really good. Without the elephants, correct. The Great Atuan.
Yes.
Do we know what his gender is? Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm having a nerd moment. I'm sorry.
Nerd.
Those are great books.
They are great books. Guards is the best one. Okay. So it's a traveling castle on the back of a turtle. So that means it can leave Chult then? It's probably not. There's a possibility it might not be in Chult.
No, that's probably not a possibility.
Oh, so probably somewhere still in Chult.
Yeah, it wouldn't have swam. They just crawled on the earth.
You guys, we need an airship again. I'm sorry.
Caller will look at Juku and ask him where his castle is,
I'm wearing it.
but it's not cool.
Juku, do you know how to make people fly? Like, have you ever done that kind of magic?
With my mace.
Is that a thing? That...
But other than that,
So here's my conundrum. I wasn't intending on taking very many more bard levels, but we'll lose out a lot of like arcane spellcasting because I was gonna go mostly barbarian. But now I'm like, well, maybe I should do more bard than barbarian because we need like fly and shit, you know.
Barbarian.
hmm
the barbarian.
Right now, I have 5 levels of barbarian and 4 in bard. I think I may have fucked us quite a bit by doing so. But
I mean, Caller can fly, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, but that doesn't help the rest of us.
He
So
doesn't
while
care
they're-
about the rest of you guys, though. Really, I mean,
Exactly.
quite honestly,
Of the-
he's just kind of. You guys are helping him as far as he's concerned.
While
I'm
they're
just-
looking for books on that, I want to look for books on destroying magical items.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one. Well,
That's what we
let's
came
let
here for.
Snow, give me that investigation check. Let's see what the information that you got's pretty common knowledge that he had a palace that was humped around on turtles' backs. Oh, look at that! A
Good roll.
15 exactly. Zaka comes up with. Snow, give me one too.
Oh, you got it. In the tower?
Just double click it on your skill check and it'll roll it automatically in the tower. It's a new
I'm
extension,
having
an old extension that's back.
Fantasy Grounds is currently frozen for me, so
Oh, well, we'll skip over you and do Azaka. You were looking for information on how to destroy specifically that magical item or just magical items in general?
One that they want to have destroyed.
The Eye of Zoltak. The Eye of Zoltak. Snow, your investigation check was successful, and you find some obscure adventuring party has made a note of a palace on the back of skeleton tortoises in the middle of a swamp in the jungle.
okay, thank you.
And that is, I'll show it to you on the map.
Cool. If my map ever loads.
It is.
There. Nope, wrong map. Oh, gosh darn.
Well, shit. The DM needs to load it on his map first, so he knows where it's at. Well, shit. I don't even see it. I know where it's at. I've seen it before. Oh, here it is. Just south of Curse of Ball is a place called Nissy Wastes. So it's your map. It's this swamp right here.
Okay. Roger Dodger. castle might be there. Okay,
Just
got it.
south of Cursabal. So you guys have actually been in that area, kind of, sort of, see your red lines and stuff.
Mhm.
Did we see a castle and just not think
You
anything
guys are
of it?
like, oh, look out there in the middle of that swamp. There's a castle and a bunch of turtles that used to carry it. No, didn't. You didn't
I
go
need to make a
flying out
history
that way.
check to see if you remember.
Apparently, like this castle might have something or be a way that we might be able to destroy the eye from it. So it's worth looking into if we're bored, you know. Nothing to do on a
Sounds
Friday
like
night.
exactly what we're after.
Yeah.
And the gold mine, you guys find a map that shows you how to get there.
How convenient.
Like that.
Nice.
It's a screenshot of
I
the
like it.
map with me pointing at it.
It's beautiful.
Now you have it, right? Now you have the image. You'll always know where it's at. I'm gonna pin that to the map so you have that.
It's great.
I'm gonna put it right in this. Oh, can I put it in with the quest?
Yeah, you should be able to. Link it.
Link it. There you go. It's linked now. I linked it to the quest that's pinned to the map. There you
Very nice.
go. All right. Anything else for Wakanga so we can
No.
I still think we should just
We
throw the
found
eye
out
in the
about-
volcano.
side information? Psst, hey, can you tell me how to become a Bara of Mesro?
No, just not. Does he know how to become one? I'm curious for
Oh.
information. Any hint? Any, you know?
He would probably have enough information that he could explain to you better than the DM could. Is that
Yeah, we can do this.
On
later,
next week's
or offline.
episode.
on next week's episode when the DM gets to read the Ring of Winter and remember
You didn't read that?
how to become a Bara? I mean, I remember them talking about it, but I think that's where the information would be best to find it.
Drake,
But
I read
yeah,
it like
does
a year
Zaka
ago
find?
when you told us to read it. You were
Yeah,
like,
Did
hey, read
Zaka
this
find?
book.
I did read it. I just don't remember it.
Me neither.
That's what
Comes with age.
that's what Juku was trying to ask Wakanga quietly on the side was.
And
if he-
that's what
if he
I'm
has
saying. Yeah, he
yeah.
could learn that information out.
Any
But I mean,
information on the process.
yeah, if it comes into play, then we'll figure that out later. But if you want to make a note that you have learned information on, and I don't think it's spelled B-A-R-A. I think it's different. Yeah, definitely different. Bara.
So what does Zaka find?
Azaka finds
Destroying.
that she doesn't find information specifically on how to destroy the Eye of Zoltak, but she does find information on that the Eye of Zoltak, whoever wields it becomes corrupt. Like, the Eye of Zoltak is, like, evil, and whoever wields it becomes even more evil, right? So
It's the Lochnar.
even somebody as good as a Bare that Juku learned, wielded it, became very evil. And it's a very powerful magical item that can bring dead people back and bring them into undead, turn them into undead. So you can amass an army of undead.
So we could sell it for a good amount of money then.
You think somebody that would be interested in getting an army of undead together would probably pay a pretty penny for it.
Nice.
Matter of fact, you probably could think of one guy that probably would be extremely interested in it.
Wakanga.
No, not probably Wakanga. Probably the leader of
Ross Nisi,
the leader of
Zastam.
yeah. There is somebody else that's interested in it as well, and that seems to be Artist Simber. He seems to have like intimate knowledge of it.
I bet you
Intimate
there's a book
knowledge.
in this library called The Ring of Winter that tells a story about Artist Simber. I'm just saying.
So it's like a century-year-old book too.
Be like super meta.
Did you know Artist Simber's 1,500 years old?
Yeah, that's crazy.
1,500 years old.
I want to live that
12
long.
generations.
That'd be great.
No, thank you.
Yeah, like sign me the fuck up.
Well, I think we got in 2 more weeks we could pick back up here and go see what's in this, or at least see if some dwarf is going to answer you. Hello, is this thing working? Can you come save me? It's been two years. I haven't talked to nobody. Or you're probably going to get a doo. We're sorry. But that's
Sorry,
it.
this call
What are we
will-
doing tomorrow night? We're doing some Storm Lord's Wrath over on Rob's channel. I'll be DMing over there, 9 o'clock Eastern. And Sunday, he's doing the new Monster Compendium thing. He's gonna give one of those away, isn't he? What's the Monstrous Universe Magic
Oh,
Wonder
really?
thing?
Cool. Yeah,
You're
the
supposed to review
monsters
it
of the
in
multiverse.
Monsters of the Multiverse, and he's going to give a copy away. So it's on Sunday on All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show, where I co-host. Yeah, and Tuesday, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, not Dragon Heist, Waterdeep Under Siege. It's easy to get it confused. And then Friday, Matakuri will be doing Empire of the Ghouls, so I get to play.
Thought you were gone this week.
But, who? Me?
No, Matakuri.
No, not.
That's like 2 more sessions.
Yeah.
2 more of
Okay.
his sessions.
27th, we're
June
good.
10th. I'm out.
June 10th. Okay.
Yep.
And 4 of you guys still got a question. You still got to work on that. Divination.
Well, Wakanga answered my question, so.
Let's thank Belmerte
throw
for
something else.
hanging out. She was the mystery guest, in case
Yeah.
Stream didn't know.
Yay.
Thank
Awesome.
you very much.
She's
Hope you enjoyed it. You come back.
Yes.
she gets to play Azaka in the future at some point, when she wants
Alright.
to.
Then I can do the annoying voice again.
It's not annoying. It's awesome.
It's awesome. I
I
love
agree.
it.
It's awesome.
I like it. Well, thanks, guys. Who are we raiding? Is there somebody we gotta go raid? Let's see the raid button. 20 sides is doing Dungeons and Dragons. Rob, I guess we gotta go raid Rob, right? Yeah, let's go raid Rob. All right,
Yeah,
say
all right.
goodnight,
Yeah, that's
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Everybody.
Good night. Good night's raid starting in a few minutes, and I'm gonna do the outro too as we say goodnight to everybody. Raiding now. Good night. Goodbye.